I need to.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Benjamin Grizzly, your host, and you back here on the table where hip hop meets. We got our ear to the streets, and I got my man, my homie, my partner.
Hey man, I'm feeling good now. I got this Ciroc in my hand. I ain't know they made it like this.
I feel you. It's that new. Man, we gonna hop right into it. So basically, we interview local artists, up and coming artists. Keep your ear to the streets with the newest hip hop, bringing it to you live daily. So first off, let the people know where you from, man.
Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama.
Straight from the south.
Straight from the south. Okay, so coming from Montgomery, Alabama, like, what influenced you the most, being from that part of the city?
I feel like me personally, like Montgomery has like a lot of underground artists. I feel like Alabama actually has the best underground music. There's a lot of artists there from back when I was growing up to like Doe B, Dirty Boys, and then guys like now like Hitmaker DA. There's a lot of people from Alabama that's actually really coming up and doing big things.
Word. So when did you actually start rapping? Like, when did you figure out, hey, this is something I want to really pursue?
It actually happened kind of sporadically. You know what I'm saying? I was growing up with my team BDE, with Lee One and G, and like one day we was just in there cooling and kicking it, and we had this little computer mic, and then you know what I'm saying, we just started rapping, and then it just went from there. It was like something that like we was fucking around with at first, and it just blew up into something bigger.
So I heard you say BDE. For people that don't know, what is BDE? What does that stand?
BDE stands for Black Down Entertainment. That's me. It's me, G, Lee One, and then my homeboy B Hill. Pretty much me and the guys that I grew up with. Us four, we banded together, and then we came up with BDE.
Alright, so these like your partners straight out the mud, like,
yeah, like straight from like knee high. You know what I'm saying? Like we came up from fighting each other at first. You feel me? We was fighting each other at first growing up, and then now we just family now.
Word, that's love right there. It's good to have a good crew, someone that you can ride with, and hopefully y'all make it to the top together.
Oh yeah, most definitely. If one of us make it, we all make it. That's how we always looked at it. If one of us get there, we bring another one with us.
That's respect right there. So, being from the South, you said, who was your biggest influences, I guess, growing up? Because I feel like hip hop is kind of segregated these days. Like, for the longest, New York kind of had the style, then it was kind of on the West Coast, and then from down south. But now, kind of everyone's kind of feeling the same. Mm-hmm. Kind of like, I think Atlanta, they probably got the sound right now. But growing up, who was your biggest influence?
That would go back to pretty much my homeland, Montgomery, Alabama, man. Dirty Boys, Small Town Ballers, Deuce Comrades, like people that was really like, they was pretty much, especially Dirty Boys. Dirty Boys was actually the first ones to get on with a big label, so they was like, they showed pretty much everybody else in the city, like, yo, you can do this, you know what I'm saying, you put in the hard work. So it would definitely have to be Dirty Boys, you feel me?
Okay. As far as you said labels, as far as labels, are you signed right now? Like, what's your label situation?
So as of right now, I'm signed under a management deal with actually, I will say it's a management deal and it's a label. ThomBankz, shout out to my people, ThomBankz to the fullest.
ThomBankz, the homie.
And Verified Studios. So yeah, like that's the team. ThomBankz and Verified Studios all day, every day. Shout out to HT.
As far as ThomBankz Studios, we got any other acts under ThomBankz? Who else you moving with over there?
Right now is me, my little brother, T. Kaiser the Dummy. That man is the truth. That man is the truth too. My boy Xander. Xander, he's actually out in Colorado right now.
Okay.
And Spidey's out of Atlanta. So it's four of us right now. We are doing great things. We looking to bring in some female artists. But as of right now, it's just us four.
Okay. So, what target audience are you looking at with your music? Like, what would you say is like, what wave are you on? Like, you got like the hip hop, the old school. You got like the R&B. Like, what are you really? Were you really on? What can the fans expect when they're looking at BD Slim's music?
Honestly, man, they can expect everything. Cause I'm trying to have my music touch everybody. Like I want it to touch the people in the street. But then I also wanted to touch, you know what I'm saying, the older crowd as well. You feel me? I'm trying to make music for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually working on this tape right now, and it has everything from R&B to straight gutter rap. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying to be very diverse and touch everybody. I want everybody to feel what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying?
What was the hardest thing being an artist from Memphis? I mean, not from Memphis, my bad. Being an artist from Montgomery, coming out of the game. Like, what was the hardest thing getting out of Montgomery? Because you don't really hear a lot of. I mean, you hear a lot of rappers from the South. But I don't think I know too many from actually Montgomery.
I mean, and that's actually the hardest part, because everyone who's actually doing something big, even though they came from Montgomery, they had to get out of Montgomery. Like, if you look at Dope B had to go to Atlanta. If you look at DA had to go to Atlanta. If you look at me, I had to go to Texas. You feel me? Not saying that you can't make it in Alabama, but at the same time, you gotta. Most of the people who are actually doing something, they had to get out of there. So the hardest part was getting out of Montgomery.
And so you're saying, like, as far as support for the local artists, go above and beyond and move somewhere else to be able to make their presence known.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that. Like, it's a lot of dope artists that are still there. You feel me? It's a lot of dope artists still there, but I just don't think they have the means to get out of Montgomery. You feel me? Like, a lot of people, a lot of artists there, they have crazy talent. Going from 2K, going from my team BDE. You know what I'm saying? Lil Hugh, you feel me? It's a lot of talent coming out of there. Mm-hmm. It's just they don't have the means to get out of there. You feel me? So that makes it even that much harder. Not saying the city ain't behind you, but I feel like you gotta get out of there. You know what I'm saying? All the big names made it out of there.
Okay. As far as projects, okay, talk to me about projects. What was the first full length, I guess, BD Sun project that you released?
The first full length was actually 93 Supreme, but some things had happened with that, and we held back the release on that to a certain extent. But that was my first full length. I had Street Dreams was my EP before that. But now I'm working on this new tape. I actually just dropped a new single, Out of Line. It's on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere right now. You can go get that.
Okay.
I'm working on this new tape, 915, right now. I don't really have a date on when it's dropping, but this one is actually going to be my first full length album that's going to be dropping everywhere.
Okay, so we got 93 Supreme. That's the mixtape. Mm-hmm. But you got the full length album dropping. Okay. As far as progression, where do you feel yourself from the time you start rapping till now? How do you feel you've been progressing as far as being in the game?
I feel like my lyrics or me as a lyrical artist has definitely grown. I definitely learned how to say more with less. That's my motto. That's the motto I always go by. You try to say more with less. So my lyricism, my delivery has definitely got a lot better. My confidence is through the roof. I think it just took me getting more comfortable, you know what I'm saying, and what I do, and actually doing it more, like when it comes to like shows, when I actually come in the studio and recording, everything, you know what I'm saying, like no one came out the gate with a full head of confidence, with a full stream of confidence, and knowing everything, you know what I'm saying, how to do everything. So it's kind of like repetition and over time, you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm 20 stages farther than where I was when I began.
Okay. So you do consider yourself a lyricist, because you know there's a lot going on right now, especially in the hip hop community. I'm sure you're aware of it. There's a battle between real rap and mumble rap. There's a lot of the old heads are saying that this new generation, they not really rapping. You feel you fall in that category?
Honestly, I feel like I fit in the middle, because at the same time, like, I understand like what they're saying about the real rapping, but then at the same time you gotta evolve with time. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what they say, if it's a mumble rap or not, that's what's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta instill to the fans, you feel me? Because the fans is what gets you your streams, what gets you your money and everything else. So if that's what the fans fucking with, you feel me? And you gotta get the fans what they're asking for. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your bread and butter. If you ain't got fans, you ain't got no shows. If you ain't got fans, you ain't got no streams. You feel me? You ain't got nothing without your fans. Our artist is nothing without his fans. So you gotta give your fans what they're asking for. And as of right now, that's hot. But see, I feel like I'm in the middle, because I feel like I make hits, but I don't mumble rap either. You feel me? I'm not saying like I'm like the greatest lyricist ever, but my songs have meaning. But at the same time, I still just steer it to where the fan base and the fans get what they're asking for.
Well, for me, I mean, it sounds like you're very cognizant of, you know, where your music is coming from. You're not just making music out of necessity. You're not just, you know, following trends and just making songs for whoever or whatever. You actually have a passion and a meaning behind the direction and the music that you make, and that's good.
Most definitely. But at the same time though, like I feel like with my music, man, I'm just enjoying it. You feel me? I'm just having fun. Like when I get in the studio, man, it's just like that's like my happy place. It's like somewhere I can get there and just think and just, you know what I'm saying, not worry about whatever else is going on outside. You feel me? So I just enjoy doing it. You feel me? I get in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I have a good time and we just make good music.
As far as 2019, because 2018 is pretty much wrapped up. For 2019, where do you see yourself and what do you really want to accomplish in this upcoming year?
Man, 2019, I feel like it's going to be a big year for me. It's going to be a big year for the team, ThomBankz. I feel like it's really going to be a big year. I have 3 projects that I'm actually looking to drop in 2019. At least 3, maybe more. 2 of them are pretty much already done. No release date yet, but I feel like 2019 is going to be a big year. I feel like 2019 is the year that people are really going to believe and realize who Slim is. You know what I'm saying? and when I say that, I mean like outside of the El Paso community, like, and outside of like the Alabama community. You feel me? Like I feel like the world is going to eventually know who Slim is. 2019, they're going to find out who Slim is. 2019,
Brigade Slim, that's his year. You already hit first on the table. You already know.
First. They're going to realize who Slim is.
Signed and sealed. I believe that. I can get behind that. As far as, let's get into some controversy. Okay. So, a lot of young rappers have been getting locked up lately. I'm sure you're aware of it. Rollo, behind bars right now, and even recently, Joel Santana, you know, he got locked up.
Oh no, I hear about that.
Yeah, he had some incident, but he got locked up. But how do you feel social media plays into being a rapper, but also maintaining your presence without incriminating yourself?
And nowadays, like, social media is like that huge platform. You feel me? Like, people will take whatever they see and they can go with it. Which either way, they can use it to discriminate you, or they can use it to bring something positive. But 9 times out of 10, like when you're like a big artist like that, if even the smallest thing they can use to incriminate you, they're gonna use it. And it's not even for like the law; it's even for people in general. I feel like with social media, it's big and artists need that, but at the same time, it puts a lot of artists into like the negative light sometimes because of how people portray things. Because we can say it one way and someone else can take it in like a completely different direction than how we meant it. You know what I'm saying? So social media is all based off perception. It's really all based off perception and really based off look. So I feel like with that, I mean, that it can go either way. It can really go either way. Like, but I don't know.
In your opinion, do you think, I guess, legendary artists, older artists, could survive in this era where not only does your music have to be quality, but you have to have like a social media presence to stay relevant? Because a lot of the rappers back in the day, the only way you would hear their music if you was at a concert or you actually bought a tape. But now you don't even have to have DJs behind you. You can have streaming platforms like Spotify or just SoundCloud and a YouTube account, and you can be a rapper these days. So do you really think like it's a difference between today's artists and being great as opposed to older artists being great?
I feel like older artists had it harder.
Okay.
You feel me? Because like these days, there's so many ways to get your music out there. There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Snapchat. Anybody really, if you know what you're doing, you can put your music on Spotify, iTunes, you know what I'm saying, anything like that, if you really know what you're doing behind the scenes. Back then, man, you really had to grind, you feel me? Like, niggas had cassette tapes, you feel me? Like, you had to get somebody, you had to find a way to get your name on the radio for somebody to even hear or know who you was, you know what I'm saying, outside of your local community. So I feel like back then, like, they had to really grind a lot harder Cause like nowadays, it's a lot of artists that blew up just off SoundCloud. Like Lil Pump. Lil Pump started at SoundCloud. He blew up. There's a lot more rappers these days. So like there's a lot more competition. A lot more people to compete with, and then, like I said before, social media. You know what I'm saying? That can make you or break you too. You feel me? You can be. I know a lot of dope artists, but if they don't got like a big social media following, so they don't get the attention that they deserve. You feel me? So that makes it hard. But if I had to choose, I would definitely say back in the day.
So for you, for BDE Slim, what is it that inspires you? What drives you? What makes you passionate about making the music that you make? Because you strike me as a person that you put your heart and soul. When you make a project, it ain't just a project you just throwing out just to throw out music, but you really put your all into the music. So where do you draw that from?
For my people, man. For my people. ThomBankz, HT really, she really influences me. I was going through a little situation recently, and she was there to help me out. You feel me? So like my people, my team is like really big behind me. My fans, my real fans are really big behind me. They push me. My daughter, my daughter encourages me every day. You feel me? If not for me, I'm gonna go get this bag for her. You feel me? But I feel like I just got like a strong foundation and group of people around me that just motivate me and keep me hungry and keep me wanting to do more. You know what I'm saying? My circle is crazy. My circle is small, but my circle is crazy. We all hungry and we all want the same goal. And that's pretty much what it's all about.
As far as family goes, I heard you mention your daughter. What about your parents? What do your parents think about your career choice, about the moves you're making?
My mom really, she either or. You know what I'm saying? My mom really don't. She really don't care as long as she see me doing something. My dad's actually the same way. I feel like my dad is. He's like, he supports me, but like he supports me low key. If that makes sense. Like he supports me, but he don't put it out on the forefront or nothing like that. You feel me? But if I drop something, you best believe he gonna listen to it.
So he's like, I see you.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna go bragging to my coworkers just yet, but I see you.
He like, I see you, but I'm not gonna go tell the people I work with about you. You feel me? But I see you though. You know what I'm saying? And then my mom, but like I think that's what difference. Like, 'cause my mom, she really doesn't care. But if I do something, my mom gonna go back and tell all her coworkers. You feel me? My dad's just gonna be like, all right, I hear you, and then just sit back. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Got that deeply rooted foundation with the family. Obviously, you deeply rooted in the streets from where you from. Now, as far as who you look up to, who you aspire to be, because obviously you start off in this game, you're full of ambition. You see yourself going far in a couple of years, but as far as the greats who have done it and the ones you look up to, I want to know who's your top 5 in hip hop. Who's the ones that you like? These dudes have solidified themselves, and these who I want to aspire to be like one day.
Does it like now or now and back then?
Matter of fact, we'll make it easy for you because everyone gonna have this conversation. Like we got old heads, we got new heads. I'm gonna say the newer generation, just the newest generation, still relevant today.
Okay. So can I include Wayne in this? Is Wayne part of the new generation or the old generation?
I mean, you ain't hear that Carter 5?
That Carter 5 is
that Carter 5 was the truth.
Okay. All right, so Wayne first and foremost. Actually, not first and foremost. I give it to my man T.I. My man T.I.
Okay. Elaborate on that. I want to hear it.
You feel me? Because T.I. takes it beyond the music, man. He like his music is always fire, but what I like about him, he's more like a business mogul. I can't say that word, but yeah, mogul. Yeah. He's more like a business mogul. You know what I'm saying? He takes care of all his responsibilities as a man, i.e. his family, his kids, and everything, and then he take care of his city. You know what I'm saying? My man just opened up a hip hop museum for the city of Atlanta. You feel me?
Oh, I wouldn't even. Wow.
Exactly.
A hip hop museum.
A hip hop culture museum.
Hip hop culture. That's love.
You see what I'm saying? Like my man is taking it. He's taking it beyond the music,
and
man.
Even with the social justice, because he's definitely someone outspoken. Meek Mill had some trouble with the law recently, and he was incarcerated for a while now, and he was released, thank God. But situations like that, I feel like a lot of rappers, they don't speak on the realness that happens in hip-hop.
Exactly. And T.I. keeps it 100 regardless of anything. It was one thing I realized, man. Trouble Man keeps it 100, and Trouble Man always looks out for his family and for his community. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask for a better person to model yourself after than T.I. You know what I'm saying? He came from the streets like I did. He made it out the streets like I did, but then he still went back to the streets. But he's still handling his responsibilities too at the same time. You feel me?
Respect.
And he's dropping great music.
Respect.
Always drop great music from I'm Serious to trap music to Urban Legend to King to Paper Trail to T.I. versus T.I.P. Like all of them joints is classics. Feel me?
Respect.
All of them is classics.
So we got T.I. number one. We got him locked in.
Number two is kind of tough. It's kind of tough. But I'm gonna go with my man Jay. Jay number two.
J Hova.
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
I gotta give it to Jay number two. I mean, I ain't really got to explain to that one. Everybody knows Jay. Jay is Jay. You feel me?
Businessman.
That man's almost worth $1 billion. You feel me? Jay is Jay.
Mogul. he done made more millionaires than you can count.
Exactly. Like Jay's resume speak for itself.
It speak for itself. So we got T.I., we got Jay-Z. Who else you gonna throw in that mix?
Then I'm gonna throw Wayne third.
Easy F. Solidified.
Wayne's another one, man. Wayne's another one. You feel me? He came from the bottom and then he shot to the top. I think it was time within like 2010, 2011. Wayne was pretty much the king of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go nowhere without Wayne. You can't hear nothing without Wayne. You feel me? Everything. And even to this day, that Carter 5 just dropped and that.
I mean, honestly, in my belief, and I'm pretty young, dude, 28. I feel like for our generation, Wayne defined the last decade of music for us.
Definitely.
So you got lots of legends of the game, like no disrespect to Jay-Z, Nas, all the greats, Eminem, all the legends out there. But as a kid coming up, you always knew Lil Wayne was the epitome of this generation.
Lil Wayne was hip hop.
He was hip hop for our generation.
Lil Wayne was hip hop.
It's like if you had like Bill Russell, that's like Jay-Z like the Bill Russell.
Yeah.
And then you got
Wayne was like
he like the LeBron James of this generation. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
He like Jay-Z's like the Michael Jordans, the Bill Russells.
Yeah, the
and
old
you got,
school.
And then you
Wayne
got
was
Lil Wayne, who is
Wayne was hip hop.
He was
that was
carried that torch.
No one had like a 3-4 year stretch like Wayne did. When Wayne took off, Wayne was.
And then even the legacy with who he founded underneath him, because if you look back on the Young Money, Drake,
Nicki.
Can you think if there would have been a Drake without Wayne? Imagine if he had never found that man. Where would hip hop be? The things that he's given to hip hop.
It's crazy. If
like when you look back, it's just
Drake is already a legend in itself.
He
you
is.
feel me? So if I don't know what would come if Young Money Cash Money wasn't around. I don't know what would have came to hip hop. I think hip hop would have went a completely totally different direction.
Definitely in the top. If you want to have a separate list, we know we got the top 5 hip hop, but top 5. No one really talk about top 5 hip hop labels in history.
Oh no.
That the Cash Money's
up there.
It's up there.
It's up there. If not number one, Cash Money is definitely
Cash Money.
Cash Money is
just
up there.
The quality and the longevity of artists that is pushed out over the span of like the last 15, 20 years.
It's crazy.
It's unmatched.
It's crazy.
So like I said, we got T.I., we got Jay-Z, we got Lil Wayne.
All right, so I gotta go with my man Gates right now too.
Kevin Gates. Okay.
My man Gates.
That's a wild card. I didn't expect that. Hey. Elaborate on that. What puts him up there in that conversation?
One, I mean, Gates makes incredible music.
Agreed.
Incredible music. And what I like about Gates is his music is so diverse. Like you don't know if he's gonna come out singing on this song or he's gonna come out rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely a unique artist.
He's hella diverse. And one thing I love about Gates is Gates that he always stays true to himself. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what anybody else say, Gates is gonna be Gates.
One thing I can say, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of controversy surrounding him. Every time I would notice him as an artist, I would see a lot of controversy surrounding his name. But then when I saw his interviews and actually got to hear him speak as a man, he has some very valid points.
He does.
And then in hip hop, especially like as a young artist, people like to scrutinize everything you do when you just trying to be you. Like hip hop, I feel like every move you make, especially like you said with the social media, people take things out of context.
They do.
They're gonna interpret it the way they interpret it, but they don't see what happens before and after that. They just see that 15, 30 second clip on the internet, and they just like, oh, this dude's a dope.
And then one thing you can't take away from him as Gates is he's a family man. I mean, yeah, man, that man is always there for his kids. You ain't never heard nothing in no kind of nobody news about Gates cheating on Drika, beating on Drika. It's like, if anything, they're the couple that everybody wants to be.
Which
You feel what I'm saying? Like
in hip hop, I mean, I know it's not really talked about because there's this bravado, there's this self entitlement. Like once you're a rapper and you made it, you're just supposed to let something slide. Exactly. But there is those couple of rappers that actually hold true to themselves, and they're like, you know what? I got all this fame, I got all this fame, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep it real.
You feel me? I'm still me.
I'm still me.
They don't let that
money don't change me.
Exactly. There's a lot of artists that get big and that money change the person they are. But Gates is still gonna be him regardless. And I've been listening to Gates way before Gates became Gates. Now I was listening to Gates back when Gates had braids and dreads. I don't think nobody remember Gates when he had dreads. Mm-hmm. I've been on Gates for a smooth minute. So like that's like one of them dudes. Like you know what I'm saying. That's my dog right there.
Okay, so he coming in at number 4. So number 5, wrap it up. Who we got?
Go my man Gucci.
Guwap. Okay.
I gotta take it back and go my man Guwap.
Now, as it refers to Gucci Man, are you one of the old school Gucci Man or the new school Gucci Man? Because right now in hip hop, I feel like it's a divide. Like you got the new Gucci, Hollywood Gucci Man, where everyone's like, "Oh, I love him." And then you got the people that have been rocking with them since the beginning. I'm talking about like
I miss the
back
fat,
to the trap house.
Fat Gucci, yes, trap
Fat Gucci.
When he had the $15 looking videos, the videos
like,
of
dough, my kitchen, like he was trapping out the house.
Old Guwap. I mean, not taking that from Guwap. Not the Gucci is still Gucci. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But I've been on Gucci since, like I said, back when he was Fat Gucci. Like back when he was. When he was still legit thugging in the trap house, you feel me? When Gucci was actually being Gucci. So and then Gucci's a hood legend. He's a hood legend.
I would say, and I'm probably going out on a limb here, Gucci's probably the most influential artist of our generation. Because if you name an artist who's birthed more other artists, you can't name one that's top Gucci Man, because every single artist, from the Young Thugs to the Little Babies to the Gunners, to the
Gucci to
just anyone you name, they will all revert back to be like,
Migos.
You know what, Gucci Man. That's,
Migos wouldn't be here if it was quality control in general wouldn't be here if it weren't for 1017.
And just the quantity of music this man has over his career, the amount of music that he's released, and the amount of features he's been on, just the track record. I recently saw an interview. It said, I don't know if it was Ebro or Angie Martinez. They were talking about who's the greatest artist of all time, and Gucci Man was on, and he said it was me. And then someone tried to bring up Eminem, and he said, "Who you know right around listening to Eminem, like just like bumping him all day?" I'm like, don't get me wrong, Eminem is a phenomenal lyricist. He has a legacy, but for the dudes in the hood, you talk to any of them. Any real hood dude, you know,
everybody banging Gucci. They still banging the old Gucci. Yeah, you can probably go outside right now and hear somebody riding around listening to Gucci. That's just Gucci.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah,
but that's respect. I respect that. You say you got T.I., Jay-Z, Wayne, Kevin Gates, and Gucci Man. That's definitely your top 5 solidified hip hop.
Definitely.
Okay. So, moving forward, you came from the streets. You definitely got a story to tell. You got a lot of passion in your music. You know where you're going. What do you want overall? Like out of this whole. It's
me. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what I go through, regardless of what you're going through, I want everybody to know Slim. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be portrayed as nothing that I'm not. I just want to be me. And that's how I want to be remembered. I mean, cut straight to the point. I want to be remembered as me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here to act like I'm better than nobody else. I'm not out here to belittle anybody else because I respect the come up because I started somewhere too. But at the end of the day, man, I just want to be remembered as Slim. Like, yo, Slim was that humble, down to earth guy. You know what I'm saying? He cared about everybody. You know what I'm saying? He gave back to the hood. He gave back to his community. You feel me? I just want to be known as me.
And that's what it is. Respect. Again, it's your boy, Benjamin Grizzly. We back here on the table. Latest beats, latest artists, here to the streets. You know what it is. Got your man Brigade Slim in here. Respect. Hey, one love, hip hop all day, and can't wait to do it again, brother.
Most definitely, most definitely. Hey, let me give a shout out to HT though. My management team, ThomBankz, Verified Studios, my man G, and my daughter. And thank y'all for having me.
Respect.